Until now, life as we know it has been changed forever. Things we have done for ages are no longer available. Like getting drunk in a bar with your friends, going to sporting events, talking to a girl out of your league, and getting her to go to dinner. While we have lost these things for now, Swim Lessons has decided we must move on. We must swim on. LOL. But now it's time to laugh, and may we have the best time. Hit that intro, Nikki T.
Here come the boys. Y'all ready to go swimming, baby? Come on. Give it up. Get out of that water. I tried telling y'all, it's swim lessons, baby.
We are live. Welcome to my rooftop here in Scottsdale, Arizona. I am going solo, Dal solo. We're having some fun today. We're live on Instagram as well, and we're just gonna tape a video and talk about some times we've had as well. And man, that intro sounded like a strip club announcer. And now to the stage, Veronica. Not that I've ever been to a strip club, Mom. I never have. But we got a lot of stuff today that we're gonna talk about, and just to kind of lay out an agenda quick, we're gonna do some prank calls today. We've got a hookup here with our phones, so I'm gonna do what I did best in high school, and we're gonna do some prank phone calls. We're also gonna check in with Canadian Craig, who is gonna be brand new to the show. Canadian Craig is a good Trailer Park Craig. He's a good friend of mine, and he lives up in Canada. We're gonna check in with him, and we're also gonna check in with Tony Florio. Tony is the G. He was the first episode, and everybody loves Tony. I've got a lot of messages, and but no. To start this off, I just want to say, I haven't handled this quarantine the best. I truly haven't. I've handled it. I've had some anxiety. I've had some problems, just like everybody else, going through this whole debacle and whatever. But I mean, it's tough in them streets, boy. It's tough in them streets, dog. It's always tough. It's tough. And you gotta be strong. You gotta be strong. You gotta keep moving forward. But the way I've moved forward is I've handled it the best I could, and like 1 minute I'll be thinking, damn, I'm handling this great, and the next minute I'll have the lights off listening to Nickelback. It's been a while. Oh no, that's Stained. Nickelback is, I never made it as a wise man. I couldn't cut it as a poor man stealing. I tried living like a blind man. But I'm here today, like I said, by myself. I miss Nicky T, Nick Tantillo of Tantillo Productions. Usually he's here laughing with me, but it's just me, this mic, the sky. We got Camelback Mountain about 2 miles away, so I'm able to look up at that. But it's also nice to hear from people also with it that love swim lessons. I got to give them a shout out. It's been tough. I know we took a little bit of a break, a little bit of time away, and it made me sad not to be able to do this. But I just wasn't in the best of moods to do it. I mean, I'm lucky enough where I got to keep my job, but I know a lot of my friends, even roommates that were in tough times, and that's no fun. And when you're not in a good place, not in a good frame of mind, it's best to just be quiet, reflect, think about other people that are going through tough times and reach out to them. So that's what we've been doing. Now, Boris goes, look at this photograph. That's right, buddy. But it's nice to hear from people, and one thing that I've decided to do each and every day to get over this is I've decided to go out and run. And when I say go out and run, I mean, like, I want to just get out inside. And I try to do it in the morning when no one else is there, just because I'm trying to be as safe as possible. I'll be honest with you guys. I wear a mask to the superstore to go get groceries, to go get gas. I got a hand sanitizer right next to me in my car. All that other shit, I'm doing it. But one thing you got to make sure that also, you just got to make sure you're taking care of yourself mentally. So one thing I do is we have a water canal here in Scottsdale, and I make sure that I am either running that every morning at 6 a.m. and I'm biking it at 4 p.m. So I start my day with that, end my day with that. There's no gyms open, no yoga studios open. It's kind of a tough time for, in shape people like myself, But I've been running this canal, and every day I'm running this canal, I run by the most interesting people in the world. And also, I'm going to put this in my stand-up whenever I'm still rough with this, but it's going to be, I run past these people, and these people are talking about the craziest shit in the world. And they're talking about it in such quick frames that when I'm either running by, kind of walking by, my run isn't very fast. So when I'm walking by or whatever I'm doing, I get to like listen in a little bit because I do the Goggins approach. I don't wear earphones. I try to just get through it, bust back. It makes me go faster because sometimes when I have music on, I tend to kind of go into a different place and lose like my train of thought of how fast I want to go, time and shit like that. So I decided I was going to listen in just to make the time go by, and I was running by this one chick, and like I said, there's fish. So I'm running down this trail, and there's a river on my right, and there's a people talking on their left, and they're like running. They're coming, let's say south. I'm going north. There's a river here, and there's a dead huge ass trout in this river, and it's upside down and it's swimming along. And I catch this little girl as I'm coming up to her, and she's looking at her dad. She's with her dad and a few buddies, and she goes, "Hey, Dad, why? I didn't know fish swam upside down like that." And I could just tell the dad was kind of stunned, and he looks at me and goes, "Yeah, the fish is impersonating your mother." And I was. And he looked at his buddies and he kind of grabbed them, and the daughter just looked at him, and I'm guessing they were divorced. I could be wrong there, but I've just found fun in life by finding my own fun like that, because obviously you can't go to comedy shows anymore. You can't do live concerts. You got to find your own fun right now. So that's the way I've been finding my own fun, is hearing how messed up some of these people's lives actually are. And I do have to say, we are filming from the roof, so if you hear like AC kick on or the wind, my apologies. We had to make do. And also, shit, dude, I already fucked that up. Messed that up. We have our brand new first sponsor. We have our first sponsor. I forgot that. I was so excited to be going again. So we have our first sponsor. Our first sponsor is Novato Inc. Novato Inc. is a sink company. And, in times like these, you're going to need Novato Inc. You're going to need a sink. Wash those dirty ass hands. Don't be an 80s stripper that's looking like chicken wing and eating chicken wing and go wash the hands. Wash the hands. And what better to do than a Novato Inc. sink? Novato, I don't know if Bob. And also, that's where our new, it's kind of cool. That's where our new studio is going to be. Novato Inc. So we're going to call it The Pond. And we're setting that up right now. But this whole COVID thing kind of put a kibosh to that. But you can find Novato Inc. at www.novato, that's NOVATTOINC.com. And their social media, which I have checked out this page, is pretty cool. They have a lot of cool sinks, just about anything you need to wash those hands, COVID style. Is their social media. Instagram page is at Novato, NOVATTO, and their Facebook is also at Novato. So shout out Novato for being our first sponsor, first of many, hopefully. But with that, I'll continue on. So, yeah, to go back to the fish thing, that was a little weird. And also with this whole no gym, no yoga studio, all this shit opening up, there has been some athletes come out of the woodworking that I really enjoy watching on the... I saw one dude who looked like Helen Keller trying to do a wind sprint. Like, I don't know, his god dang, his legs were like hitting his elbows, and he was trying to run along the canal. I'm like, wow, that guy did not finish the 4-minute mile in 7th grade. He needs some serious biomechanical help. But I've also made a few bets during this quarantine. One of those bets was, I told a buddy of mine, actually my roommate, Steve, I told him, I'm like, dude, Steve, I think I'm going to grow my hair out until this whole thing, blows over. This was right around March 14th when we first started it. I'm like, I think I'm going to start my hair out. I'm going to grow my hair out until everything returns to normal. And he, the other week, he goes, hey, you still doing that thing? And yeah, I am. I look like a Beatle, right? One of the members of the Beatles right now. And he goes, wow, you really have quit trying, haven't you? So I need to, any barbers out there listening, please help me. Does anybody else, a lot of my listeners are from North Dakota. Shout out Nodak. I love you guys. But a lot of listeners here down in Phoenix, does anybody remember how crazy it was when we first started the quarantine? It was seriously the most insane thing I've seen in a long time. There were people, ages 50 and up, going after a pound of hamburger like it was a 2020 Cadillac. Like they were just trying, if they didn't get it, they were going to be so pissed off they did not want anything to do with that next person. It was insane to me. It was insane. And don't even forget toilet paper. It's like, okay, toilet paper. If shit is going... pun, Michael Scott, pun. If stuff is going down and, say we go to martial law and say all this other stuff goes down, you're not going to be worried about toilet paper. You're going to be worried about where's your food coming from? How are you going to go move forward? I can't believe some of this shit people have been pulling during this. It's just, you wake up every day and you're just surprised about how people are handling this situation. And I have some friends. Some friends are on the side of, hey, let's be cautious. Let's make sure nobody comes over. We only leave for necessary things. And I totally get that. I mean, a lot of people have different diseases, different things going on in life. I totally get that. Then I have this other group of friends that are like, fuck it. Pool party. Invite whoever. Let's go. Come on. We're going to have our own little Coachella. Scottscella. We're going to call it here in Scottsdale. Scottscella. You know, people like that. I'm just, and I'm somewhere in the middle. I like staying home. I like being a homebody. I like it. I'm kind of an introvert, but I'm kind of an extrovert. I'm kind of, I don't know what you would call me. A weird vert? I don't know. I would just like to say that it doesn't matter what side you're on. You should just respect that one person's side. If you want to go out, get drunk with your friends, do whatever, you know, and I'm guilty as fuck too. I'm guilty. I mean, I've had a few hundred beers during this quarantine. I'm just kidding. But, sorry, Mom. But I've had a few beers with my roommates. We've had a few people over, but those people are also that we know where they've been going. They've been self-lockdown. And it's been an interesting time. And an interesting time also going into that is friends who are getting married during this time. Wow. What I feel so, I don't know if I feel bad or what's going on, but people that are getting married, like my best friend Trevor. Trevor is marrying the girl of his dreams, and they were supposed to get married in South Dakota. And obviously COVID hit. We were lucky enough, he came like 2 weeks earlier before March 12th, and we got to have his bachelor party. We just had a ball. I had a damn ball. We had a ball, and then we had another ball. We just had so much fun that I haven't ever laughed that much, so shout out to everybody at we had so much fun. One time we were in a hot tub, and Zach Jovic, who resembles a guy named Christopher Farley, we had like 6 of us in this hot tub. We rented out an Airbnb. We had 6 of us in this hot tub. We were sitting there, and the water's kind of at the edge. And Zach's like, "Make room, I'm coming in!" And he just boom, and the water like it looked like a bomb went off in that hot tub. The water just whoosh, and it went everywhere. Also, Zach, that weekend we got bottle service at a place called Tipsy Panda here in Old Town. We get bottle service. My friend Ryan Wagner, shout out Ryan for hooking it up. This girl comes in and she's very good looking. This chick is a 9 out of 10, even maybe a 9.5. And all of us are stunned. You know, we're not me and Zach Jovic out of the 10 of us, and Quinn Brady and Travis Ness. Okay, so maybe there was a few single guys. But anyways, the rest, and Homer was single too. But anyways, this bottle girl walks in, and she's hotter than shit. And she's like, "Okay, guys, what do we want?" And I'm like, "Well, I want a bottle of Captain Morgan." And Zach, my friend Zach Jovic, is a Captain Morgan fan as well. And he goes, "Yeah, I want Morgan too." And like I said, Zach's one of the funniest dudes ever. I hope to get him on this podcast one day. But anyways, the barmaid or the bottle girl looks, she goes, "Okay, that's fine. What do you want to drink with that?" And Zach looks at her and goes, "I want a Diet Coke. I'm not gaining weight on this trip." Because he's a bigger guy. But it was kind of funny because he didn't really give a shit. But it was a good time. And but anyways, going back to people that are getting married. People that are getting married right now, I feel bad for, because you have to kind of get on, like I just explained, either side. You have to be on the side of, we're going to do this, or we're going to have it smaller, or we're just going to accept different facts, or I'm the wedding official in my cousin's wedding. Courtney decided to move hers to September, which I respect as well. But I'm the best man in this one in June. So now we're kind of stuck in limbo here, and it's a weird time. It's a weird time. Weird time for just about everybody, and I'm sad because my producer Nick Tantillo, his girlfriend's got a rare disease, so I haven't been able to see him. You know, I've got some friends I haven't been able to see. It's just like, I just want to see my buddies. And thinking about weird times, we got to talk about Tiger King and that Carol Baskin. Let me tell you about this COVID. It's all about Carol Baskin. Let me tell you one goddamn thing. See this right here? That's Camelback Mountain. Carol Baskin couldn't make it to the top. I made it to the top. I watched Tiger King. It got me through the first week of quarantine. I watched ding 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 ding. Like I was like so involved in Tiger King. And I've heard some people didn't like it. Some people really liked it, like me, Carol Baskin. And I was amazed. I'm not going to spoil it for anybody who hasn't watched it, but if you haven't watched it, just give it a chance. I thought it was great. I enjoyed it. I can't believe there's people like that. There's people like that. Oh my God. The one dude who was the doctor, end quote. I bring these lions here to maintain their facilitators, to make sure they aren't in the wild. And he's got this long gray white ponytail. Let me tell you why I have 5 wives. It's because each of them are like a tiger. Each tiger needs to move necessarily throughout the prey. I am like the king tiger. All my queen tigers come to me for... I was just like, oh my God, you're losing me. How about Carol's husband? Yes, she changed me. She chained me like with a necklace and a long rope. Yes, she changed me. I was like, get the hell out of here. There was an insane amount of things, but there was just so much shit going on with that. I didn't even know where to go about that. But, to talk about weird things, that was a funny one. I also finished Ozarks. Ozark was a great, great show. If you haven't watched that, that's my other suggestion. And I just restarted Friday Night Lights, so boom. And also I miss sports. I miss sports more than just about anything. Yeah, sports. But to just... Nick, my producer, he wanted me to also mention who we have coming up on guests. Obviously, we're building the new studio right now, which is going to be sick as frig. It's in the middle of Phoenix. It's an awesome room. We're literally building it. It's just so much fun. We got lucky with this sponsor. Thank you, Novato, for helping us out. And it's going to provide us a place to just really bring in really cool guests that, rather than going to my 2-bed, 2-bath apartment, we're going to have guests actually come to a studio that we're making the most out of it. And so if you get a chance, Laura Bethman, she's this gamer chick. She's pretty cool. Laura Bethman is going to be our next guest. She's really involved in Twitch, and I've always been interested in that because Laura is, how should I say this? In case I don't get in trouble. Laura is probably top 10 the hottest chicks I've ever met in my life. She is beautiful. She knows what she's doing, and she's a fucking nerd. She is a nerd. She's the queen of the nerds. She is the queen of the nerds. She has her own Twitch profile. She's got I don't know what she said to me the other day. It was 20,000 plus people that watch her play games. Games, you say? They watch her play games and they just love it. And it's not because she's hot. She actually wins a lot of these games. So I'm going to talk to her. We might even do a live Twitch of where me and her play Call of Duty or something. We're still working that out, but I'd probably kick her ass because I am the best at Warzone and Call of Duty. So good luck beating that. But everybody asked me the week before quarantine why I quit with swim lessons for a couple weeks, and it was because of this reason. Are you ready for the secret of the century? It was because I was in talks with a defensive lineman for the Kansas City Chiefs. I can't name his name, but he was going to be in Phoenix. I got hooked up through a friend, and he was going to come do the podcast. And that was on March 12th, my birthday. I was given this news. We talked to him. He was going to come on through this friend that will remain unnamed, and that fell through on March 14th, and I was so sad. Because this guy is a big name in football. He's sick. He's so good. And I was so happy to have him on the podcast. And then it just kind of fell through. So if you know me, I'm a big Chiefs fan. But I was sad, man. That was a sad deal for me because that would have helped out the Swim Lessons podcast. And it also would have helped out just me. I always wanted to sit down and talk to a Chiefs player for an hour, especially if they're on the active roster. And to win a Super Bowl like they did and just talk about that journey that they had would have been really awesome. But other than that, we're going to make a few calls, right? We're going to make a few calls. I'm looking at my monitor here. Also, we're just chatting right now with a few folks online and seeing what they're having to say, but I'm excited, man. This is going to be fun. Right now we're going to call Tony Florio. Tony was a friend of the show. And he was our first episode. And Tony is from, if you didn't watch the first episode, I highly suggest go watch it. But Tony's from the East. He's from New York. He likes the gabagool. Give me more. Give me this. Give me that. If it comes back cold, I send it back. So here's Tony Florio. We're going to call him. Okay, it's ringing. Yay. We're about to call Tony. Shh, shh, shh. Tony!
Hey,
Hey, buddy, what's up?
Not much. How you doing?
Good. I just told the listeners, kind of gave them a quick update on how you were the first episode. Dude, what's new? What's been going on with Florio, dude? How you been?
I feel like I'm in prison. You can't go anywhere. Nothing's open. Thank God Starbucks is still open.
You and the old lady been doing a lot of Starbucks?
Yeah, I go out in the morning and get it. That's my social activity for the day, and become very friendly with everybody there. That's about it. How you doing?
As good as you can, I'm sure. Tony, going back to our first episode, people were asking me, how did that guy get so many jokes about you? Because it turned into almost a roast.
Well, anybody who knows you, you're an easy target. The beginning of the podcast, it showed up that you had a live thing going on, and I saw you rapping and stuff. I mean, I don't know how to put it. Don't quit your day job.
You didn't like that?
Oh, I like rapping. I just like when people who know how to do it do it. You're a white boy.
I'm a white boy. I'm a white boy from North Dakota. So what's been new in you? What's new in What's new in the back country? The Gabagool country. What's going on back there? How's everybody doing? Who have you talked to?
I've talked to a few people. But, most of them are going outside. They're just, they're boring.
Yeah.
I call them up. I send them some horrible things, when I text them. Just I have friends that send some really horrible things.
Like what?
Really. Please. I can't even describe it.
Really?
What am I? Yeah. I'll put it this way. A lot of very, very, very corpulent, naked girls. Okay? I know it's not nice, but they send these 600-pound naked women. And one of the guys I know from church, and we're good friends, and he sends these things, and it's like, sometimes when you're not expecting it, it's 3:00 in the morning. I say, I got a text from Bill. And you open it up. It's like, I can't sleep the rest of the night.
What's your old lady say? Does she see you say that? Does she see you, hop on the old phone? I hide it.
No, I don't have to hide anything. I just show it, I tell her anything from Brian or Bill, and you see a text from them, please don't answer it. Don't look at it. Don't look at it.
All right.
So how are you doing? You're by yourself?
Yeah, I'm just up here on the roof by myself. Nick wasn't able to be here. He just got the equipment to me, and then I called him, and he helped me set up all the stuff here, and then because we're in quarantine, man. I can't be around anybody, so I'm staring at Camelback Mountain right now. It's about sunset right now here in Scottsdale, so we're just having fun, man. We're talking to people, having fun. Tony, one thing I wanted to ask about, because I got a lot of replies on that story you told on the first episode about your dad telling you, hey, go get this money, you might go do this thing. It might, you might benefit from it. So you ran. You found this guy. You chased him up on a roof. He jumps off the roof. You witnessed the whole thing. Is there any part of that story you're missing, or you just want to reflect on that? Because everybody loves that story. They love it because of the funny thing you said, like, "Hey, you don't have to worry about the bills no more," or like like shit like that. It was one of the greatest stories told on the podcast.
Well, when you look back at it years later, you say that at the time. No, you're a kid, but unfortunately, that's the way it was. Everybody was a runner back then. You went and got stuff for people. You get food, or you were going to get, to pick up stuff for them, envelopes,
right?
That kind of crap. Because Hoboken, everybody had a lot of problems with gambling. Just so you know,
right?
It was one of those towns.
Yeah,
everybody was a gambler. None of them were any good. My father was a gambler, and he sucked at it. Best way to put it.
He sucked at it. He's no good.
Because what they always were afraid of, that you, like I said, you go first, and then they know that 10 minutes behind you, is somebody else coming for them.
Right.
So, if they don't have the money and you catch them home, they know they're in for a beating or worse, depending on how long you haven't paid them.
Right.
Yeah. So,
well,
yeah, it still goes on.
Yeah, life still goes on and life finds a way. What are some things you would like to leave the listeners with that just to catch up here? We're running out of daylight down here at Scottsdale. What are some things you'd like to leave the people with here?
I'd like to, just let them know two things, keep the faith. If you're even remotely religious, now is the time to really, pray.
Yeah.
And the two, that the quarantine hasn't affected your sex life.
Tony, always a pleasure, man. I love you. Take care of yourself, all right?
Take care. All right. Take care.
Dude, Tony's the best. That guy, I love that guy. He's the man. I called him yesterday and asked him if he'd do that, and he's like, of course. I love your fans. I love you. I love your listeners. Okay, this next guy, this is our final call of this Dallas Solo podcast. We're calling Canadian Craig. Craig lives up in Winnipeg, Manitoba. I met him at a trailer park at a racetrack. We were drinking beer, having a good time. We're going to give Canadian Craig a call. Disclaimer, this call might get wild. Here goes Canadian Craig. I hope he answers. He might have been hitting a few toddies earlier. It's always interesting, the ringtone. Here we go. Shh. Oh, we picked up.
Oh.
Craig, what's up, man? It's Dallas.
Oh, damn. I'm doing laundry, man. When's that fucking pizza gonna get here, man? This is Dallas's Pizza and Wings, right?
No, buddy, I'm calling you. Remember we talked yesterday about doing the swim lessons, that podcast?
Oh, yeah. You're that fucking asshole who's trying to fucking make a career out of being himself. Fuck, I'm the original asshole. People just want to hang around me just because they want to count the number of flies that are flying over my head. They bet on them here now since all the horse racing shut down.
Craig, what's been new up in Winnipeg, brother? Tell me what's new. Since the last time? Remember how you and I met? Let's tell the people how you and I met. We were partying at a racetrack. We were at the trailer park. Our parents raced horses together, and then I run into you. Craig, explain to everybody how old you are, what you look like, just explain to the people, because this is a phone call, so they can't see. So just tell them what you look like. So if any girls out there want to reach out to you, I can hook that up.
Well, imagine if Conan the Barbarian just kind of let himself go. I make a lot of money here in Canada, but I make 60,000 plus.
Plus benefits.
But I live like Ozzy Osbourne. Like
you do remind me of Ozzy, Craig.
If any chick that would want to hook up with me, she's so fucked up, I'm already interested because she's looking for, but no, I've got, you want to hear all the fucking things, all the diseases I have?
No. Let's keep it, just explain, what's your hairstyle like? What's your hair look like? You're a white guy, you're about 6'3". You've got this long, do you still have the long brown ponytail that goes basically to the ass?
Yeah. It was to my ass. I cut it down to half my back.
Dude, Craig, tell us that story you told me about the what was it, the Motley Crue concert in '85 when you guys were hanging from the top of where like they put the championship banners of the arena there in Winnipeg. Tell us about that. Remember that story?
Yeah. Actually, it was Guns N' Roses.
Oh, sorry.
And we almost got our life beat out of us by like these bouncers, but they were too scared to come up on the scaffolding. And we went up there, and I smuggled in a fucking bottle of Cointreau. You know what that is? It's like a French liqueur, like made of oranges.
Yeah.
I could have took a piss on Axel's head
No
and
shit.
that's when they were sitting on the couch in that tour. It was, I forget which one. It wasn't Appetite for Destruction, I don't think. I think it was the Sagamore. I could have pissed on. But then when they seen us up there, they were so afraid that we were going to get scared and fall. We were going nowhere, man. We were smoking dope. But then we ran for our lives and we got away.
What? How did you do that? Tell us the story. That you don't just jump. Did you jump down and you kissed Axelrod on the cheek and then you run out? What happened? Tell us the story.
No, we just ran across because these guys, we were kids, right? We were like, I'm 48 now, but I was about 17, 18, right?
Right.
And this, you know what a catwalk is? It's very narrow. And these fucking security guys are thinking, hey, man, I'm not even making my mortgage payment with this job. I'm
Right.
not chasing these kids on the roof. So we ran across, and we got away. It was so cool. We were so drunk. It was the best ever story. Oh, man.
What's
You had to think to believe it.
Craig, how old are you?
I turned 49 in August.
Okay. And when the last time I talked to you was, what was it? Last summer I swung into your trailer park and you were stoking up when I pulled up. You were stoking up this huge bonfire. Did that or did that not get you booted out of that trailer park? Tell us that story.
I have a bunch of pictures, but no, that was just one of many things. But then what happened was they found out. Oh, somebody's here.
Oh no, who's there? Who's there?
I don't know.
Is it the pizza guy?
No, I don't know.
Is there somebody knocking on your door?
Oh, no. What's going on, Larry?
It's Larry.
What? 2 minutes, why? What do you want? Here's a guy. Here's the official Canadian person that represented us at the Queen's Council. This is Sir Larry. What the fuck's your last name? Larry. What? Larry Laverse? Okay, you got to talk to Larry. And don't be putting your lips on my phone. Guy has a beard. He stinks. He's filthy. He's like the homeless guy.
Larry.
Larry,
What's up,
doing?
buddy?
Where are
Jesus. Have you had a few toddies today?
you? A lot more than a few.
Hey, do you know any hot aunties? You know auntie? Auntie?
No, I'm not. I'm just hungry for more beer. Larry, when's the last time you smoked crack?
Jesus. Hungry for more beer. Don't you have any more beer up in Canada?
In Phoenix, Arizona.
Yeah, we're live down here in Phoenix. We're live here in Phoenix, Arizona. Larry, what's
It's been a while.
what have you been up to today, Larry? Tell us how your day's been going.
Oh, I've been off for a month.
Oh, because of quarantine?
No, because there's stuff going around.
Yeah.
That's why the bar is closed here.
Oh, so you and Craig are kind of having your own little party, your own little soiree.
Yeah, I bought a lot of beer already.
Is it gone?
No, I wish I had a blast.
Well, all right. Hey, we
How many beers? Tell them how many cases do you think I have, Larry? It's always around 10.
10 cases of beer.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready, Larry.
It's about 14.
How many?
14.
14 cases of what are you guys drinking up there? Pabst Blue Ribbon?
Oh, he drinks Canadian.
Sorry, I didn't catch that. I didn't catch that part, Larry.
He drinks Canadian, all kinds.
I drink the banquet cans.
Hey, Larry, have you ever been to the United States?
Yes,
Where
I
at?
have.
Where at?
Disney World when I was about 8 years old.
How was that, bro? Is that where you had your first beer?
Larry, was it Make-A-Wish with the hospital or something?
No.
Oh my God. Oh my
Hey,
God.
can I ask you something?
Sure, Larry, anything.
Are you the Scouts?
The Scouts?
Like what? Yeah, you got kids, right?
No, I don't. No, I don't
you
have.
have kids, and buddy, I talked to my mom. It took about 8 years up. We went to Disney World.
All right, is Craig available?
Beautiful.
Is Craig there, Larry? Put Craig on here, quick.
Larry, did he enter you in any way? No, did he enter your rectum?
Oh my God! All right, Craig, you there, buddy?
What?
Craig, I want you to tell some people these rad stories you have, and you collect rocks too, right? Remember the rock collection you showed me?
Did you lose my Molly Crew rock?
No, I didn't. I'll send you a picture after the show here. I love that rock, dude. Thanks for giving that to me. It's a fucking badass rock.
Yeah.
But a lot of these rocks you find like have faces in them. It's weird. I don't know how you pick them out of the crowd. There's a lot of rocks in the world there, Craig.
I don't know, me either, man. I'm kind of fucked up.
Are ya? I couldn't tell at all.
It doesn't make any sense to me, man. I'll be walking and it's like, who the fuck you looking at?
To a rock.
Yeah, and I can look at the smallest pea rock, and I can look at a big cow. I don't know what he's talking about.
Craig, I love you, buddy. We've been on the phone.
Fuck, you nearly stole my beer myself, Larry.
Sounds like Canada's going well. Craig, we'll check in with you. I'm in a few episodes here as well, but love you, buddy. Take care of yourself out there. Give Larry a hug if you will. It sounds like you can need one. We'll talk to you very soon, my friend.
Have you ever smelled this guy? You ain't hug.
Okay. What just happened? Okay. I try not to lose it on the show with laughter, but that was that was almost too much. When Larry came on, Larry Legend, when he came on and he started talking about Cub Scouts and Disney World, it's time to wrap it up. It's time to put a bow on this one. Canadian Craig did not disappoint. I will tell you that much. Canadian Craig is like the most interesting human being ever. He is 49. He has this crazy long ponytail. He's a white dude that will only wear sandals. Doesn't matter what kind of job he has. Sandals are it. I have never seen him wear any sneakers or anything, either socks. And he loves to drink beer. Him and Larry drink beer together, obviously. We got to get him on again. If he can cross the border, I'd start a GoFundMe to bring Craig down to the United States. I would love to do that whenever this Corona thing passes, but my goodness, what a turn of events. That is about it from down here in Scottsdale. What time am I at here? That is about it from here in Scottsdale. I hope everybody stays safe. Thank you for listening today. I really appreciate it. And like I said, Laura Bethman from the Pond, we're calling it our new studio. Laura Bethman from the Pond, we're calling that. And we're just excited. We're going to try to get that Chiefs player back. Don't worry. I am on that like stink on shit. We're going to make sure that happens because I want it to happen and I want to introduce him, and he's got a really cool story, and you know, he's a shy guy as it is, but I think he'd be really cool, and I can't mention his name. Sucks. It's not Patrick Mahomes. I'll say that, but it's somebody pretty damn cool. And we're just going to try to make this thing work. Me and Nick are going to talk, but we're thinking soon. And from here on out, I appreciate everybody. Love you. Talk to you soon.
I told you it's gonna be a party. Hey,